Tasha Dwhaj here with ConciergeQ, and you are here for Phenomenal Nature by Mrinalini Mukherjee. Be sure to come and check it out.
Phenomenal Nature is Mrinalini Mukherjee's first international retrospective. It is a chronological survey of the practice. And Mrinalini Mukherjee was born in 1949 to two artist parents. Her mother, Leela Mansakhani, defied family traditions and went to art school, where she met her husband, URHere Mukherjee, a very important figure in Bengali modernist art history. Mukherjee's abiding interest in nature was inculcated by her parents, living between Dehradun, where her mother taught, and Shantiniketan, where her father taught. Her father was a disciple of Rabindranath Tagore's School of Ecological Philosophy, and this atmosphere really had an impact on Mukherjee and her practice. So nature is an abiding reference for her sculptural expression, but it also is informed by her great and deep knowledge of Indian historic sculpture, modern design, other local arts and crafts traditions. Mukherjee was working with fiber in near isolation in an Indian context. Most other sculptors at the time were working with marble, wood, and developing an idiom which was quite distinct from what she was doing. Artists also in the post-independent moment were very invested in figural narrative painting, something which Mukherjee resisted. She was extremely singular and determined in her practice. Her practice was intuitive and labor-intensive. She never made drawings. The works developed as she sat with the material and let the material really guide her. So our show presents the entire oeuvre, and maybe we can walk into the first section of the show.
It said in some of the material on the wall that she didn't really have a relationship with fiber artists in America. It seems so strange that such an advanced artist wouldn't be interested in connecting to people in other parts of the world. She just stayed put, or did she travel? Or?
No, so she traveled a fair amount. She had a one-year scholarship to England in 1977-78, and at that time in an interview she was asked, is she aware of other fiber artists? And she said she was, and she tracked down as many of them as she could, and she met with them, so she was familiar with the practices. But after that 1 year in England, she did travel intermittently. She spent time in Europe, but was based in India. And the context in India was one where she was really one of very few artists working with fiber. The few others who were practicing weavers. And she, of course, strove to situate the work determinedly within a sculptural idiom as well. And also, I think there was a little bit of a mismatch in terms of the timing of the fiber art movement's ascendancy and because she really comes into her own as a sculptor in the mid-80s, and by the early 90s, the fiber art movement has also started to kind of dissipate. And Grant Watson, who's written a lot about the fiber art movement, addresses these questions specifically.
What was her mother's art like?
So her mother worked in wood and she also cast bronze, and it had a primitive, more naive sensibility to it. And I think some of those elements definitely impacted some of the later works, particularly the last few more humanoid fibers, but of course very much the bronzes.
This is Tasha Dwhaj, and you are here with ConciergeQ at the Met Breuer. Love from New York City. Until next time.